What's going on, guys? As you just saw and clicked on the title, today we have a special car review. People see these, people look at them, people laugh at them, people make fun of them all the time. But in all honesty, they are not the greatest car in the world. But today we have a 2011 Smart for Two by Mercedes-Benz Smart Car. I'm gonna do a little bit of a walk around for a startup, show you the motor, show you the seating, which is only obviously two people, the trunk or the frunk, which is going to be in the front right here. We're just going to basically do like a little overview on this car, a little drive around, show you how it drives, how it handles, miles per gallon, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, enough of my babbling already talking way too much, so let's get right into it. Let's do a little walk around. And first, cold start in the middle of winter. Hasn't started in 2 weeks, let's start it up. Fairly quiet, not too loud. Tiny little muffler. I mean, look at that thing compared to my finger. Like, that thing is so tiny. So yeah, this is pretty much it. This is a little smart car. Do a little walk around of it. I mean, look at me in comparison to this thing real quick. Hold on. Like, let's get a quick comparison. Take up the whole damn car. All right, so let's do the walk around of the car. You start off with the rear tires. You got 175, 55, 15s, tiny little guys. This car also is rear wheel drive because everything, the powertrain is basically in the back of this car. And your front tire sizes, how tiny are these little guys? 155, 60, 15. So freaking tiny, like immensely tiny. This is the front fascia. It's got the Brabus front kit on it, which is basically a Mercedes like performance front end or body kit, I guess you can call it, for this car. It does have projector headlights, but it has halogen bulbs behind them, so at least you could direct your light, but it won't be very, very bright lights. Got your little tow hook spot in the front. You got these nice, fancy, big old doors. Let's turn on this radio real quick. This is the inside. This has got roll down windows. This is how you control your mirrors right here. Got a manual way. Does have cruise control. There's your headlights. Let's go back out there and look at them real quick. It's just an all around kind of comical car, but point A to point B for where my mom drives this car, it's not a bad car for, you know, we live on Grazil. It's a tiny little island, 11 miles by 3 miles. It's not too big at all. The ground vehicle weight on this car is 1,800 to like 1,900 pounds, somewhere around that. So I can literally deadlift the front of this car, not the back, because that's where the motor's at. But yeah, you're gonna hop on into this little guy. You got a little storage compartment right here. You pretty much have all your gauges and everything right here. There's no anything here. Like, it's just your AC, your heat, your defrost, all that kind of stuff. And then this is an aftermarket radio that was put in here. Here's your little tiny glove box. Another little shelf right there. I guess you can kind of throw stuff up on the dash, but even this mirror is tiny. Like, look how tiny this little guy is. Got stuff in my teeth, don't I? I do. All right, anyways, keep on keeping on. There does come with a convertible model. This is not the one that it comes with, though. Typically, your switch is right here, and this whole top will roll back and roll back all the way up until right here. It does have side curtain airbags. So I think there's a total of 4 airbags. So a little bewildered on this car. People think that these cars are absolutely death traps. I agree, like 60 to 70% of the time, but I've seen a lot of crash tests and what they actually do. These chassis are based off a like Formula F1 car, so it's super light but super durable and ready to like take impact. Not that you'd ever want to get in a crash in this type of car, but if you were to ever get in a crash in this car, don't count your blessings to the point where, okay, I'm dead no matter what, even if it's a 10-mile-an-hour crash. Like, this car will actually hold up. Like, go ahead and YouTube some of the crashes on this, because I'm not going to do that in the video. This car does have 14,000 miles. The seats are fairly comfortable. Got your nice little nifty shifter right here. You got a manual mode too if you want to shift like that. I think this is just for to hold all your coins and stuff like that. You got 2 little cup holders and a little accessory port down here. So you do have all that. Let's go. You got your lock and unlock button right here, your hazards, tire pressure, all that kind of stuff. Good stuff. Let's actually unlock this guy. Let's show you the motor real quick before we go for a little test drive. Just like this. You're going to open this guy. You're going to come around here. There's a little latch. You're going to push it back. It's kind of like a truck tailgate kind of thing. You got storage down here. Nice and nifty. You're going to take this, pull this little string right here, pull up on it, turn this to the left, comes out like that. There's your motor. Got your dipstick right there, your oil fill reservoir. Little 3-cylinder, 1 liter, makes 70 horsepower and like 86 foot-pounds of torque at like 5,000 RPMs. This car doesn't move for anything. It sounds funny when it's trying to move though. So there's your little air box. There's everything pretty much in there, compact, and you know, stuffed in the back. So now what we got to do real quick is wind this car up. All right, now we're ready to drive because we wound up the mouse car. Let's put this back in. Good to go. Put this blanket back. Lift this little guy. Close the latch. Good to go. Let's go for a quick little test drive. Let's go for a quick little rip. You're gonna notice when this car does to go shift from first to second when I'm a little bit more on the throttle, it's a very, very, very large delay on this car. So, yep, there it goes. So this is a little like moderate gas. It's accelerating pretty quickly. Probably should be putting my seatbelt on. That'd be a very smart thing to do. Considering I'm in a smart car. In terms of road noise, it isn't too awful. I mean, you will hear like almost every single little bump, but in terms of the tires, you're not going to really hear any of that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, this is the smart car on the road. It's tiny, like it's weird. I can literally like touch the back of the car. Like I can literally touch. This would be the bumper if the glass wasn't here right now. So it's so freaking small. Went into a little bit of the details. It does have heat. It does have roll down windows. Has, I guess you could say, at least it's the auto trans. They do make these in a manual. The way that this feels when it does shift, it's like there's a huge lag. It's like a laggy torque converter. It's called an automated 5-speed transmission. So it is an automatic, but when it goes to shift, it like lets off a clutch or something like that. Grabs the next clutch. It's not a dual clutch setup though, and then engages. It's like a 2-second shift. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna give it a quick little floor from a dead stop. You'll hear it. Flooring it. Here's the shift. Wait. There it goes, it grabs. So that is a freaking large delay. I'd say the 0 to 60 time on this car is somewhere around 9 seconds, 8 seconds. So if you're trying to go somewhere in a rush, this is not the kind of car you want to be driving around. But in terms of like fuel mileage and whatnot, it's a nice little view over here, huh? Sun's a little peeking out during the middle of winter time. But in terms of fuel mileage and stuff like that, you're going to be getting 41 on the highway. I've seen upwards of like 45 to 46. City, you get around 32 to 36, which honestly is to be expected out of something that weighs 1,800 pounds and it's a 1-liter 3-cylinder. So it's fairly reliable. I can only speak for having 14,000 miles on this car. By the way, this car is also for sale. If you guys are interested in this, we can work out a little deal. Message me or comment down below. But no, all around this car's been treating us pretty well. Fastest I've ever got it up to on a closed course was 90 miles an hour, and it still had a little bit more room to go. But if I had a downhill slope, I'm telling you what, it probably would do about 100 and max out right about there. All around though, this car isn't too small on the inside. I got plenty of headroom, as you can see right here. I have plenty of shoulder room. I can lay my shoulder right here. I mean, it's nice. It's not a bad little car. Would I buy one for myself? Probably not. What would I compare this to on a smaller scale is probably the Fiat 500. In terms of handling, this car is pretty nimble. I mean, it's got a very low center of gravity, like maybe I'd say 4 to 6 inches of clearance. Even though it has power steering, it's very difficult to turn if you're at a relatively slow stop. But yeah, I mean, this car drives nice. It'll take corners pretty good. Here, let's come in this corner a little bit. A little speed. Here we go. It grips and rips. Then you have your manual mode, so we can control slap our gears, put it down into 4th gear, put it down into 2nd, and give it a quick little rip. Sucks there's no RPM gauge. There we go. Shift. All right, that's what's up. All right, I mean, that is honestly pretty much all you really need to know of the smart car. The perks are fuel mileage and cost. You can get this car brand new back in 2011 was around $15,000 starting price. Fully option out convertible with a little bit more touch display buttons and stuff like that was around $19,000 to $21,000. Things I would do with this car is basically if you live in like a small town, you don't really have to go far and drive. If you have to hit the highway, I'm not going to say it's the most enjoyable thing to do. It will do the job, but anything above 70, 75 miles an hour, if you inch this wheel left or right too hard, the whole car feels like it just wants to literally flip over, violently flip over. But this car is like ideal for a small town, like I was saying, a tiny little grocery getter. Tiny little grocery getter. You could fit a decent amount of groceries in the back side seat as long as you don't have a passenger, obviously. And it's practical. It's cheap to insure. It's super cheap on fuel. It does take 91 octane, but I mean, I believe my mom throws 87 in it. But I'm pretty sure throws 87 in it. But I don't know. Would I keep this car to putz around in? Yeah, basically it's a full-size golf cart if I were to describe it in any sort of way. But if you guys do like this video and want to see a little bit more fast-paced reviews like I just kind of did off the whim on this one, like, subscribe, comment, and let me know down below what kind of car you'd like to see me review next. Till next time, guys, peace. That 3-cylinder roar is something to be terrified of.